Okay, so hello, my name's Matt, and welcome to session 1 of Ways to Wellbeing. So this is a series of 8 Kumye sessions we're going to be doing. So today we're going to take Kumye for a test drive. Why not? Maybe you don't like it. Let's find out. Maybe it'll change your life. So let's get a feel for Kumye today. It's a path of relaxation or meditation that works through the body. So we're bringing our mind into our body. And we begin with stillness, physical stillness. Feel the stillness of your physical body. And when we sit still like this, our breath comes to the foreground. So we can feel the breath entering the body when we breathe in and leaving the body when we breathe out, feeling the breath. The rhythm is very natural. We don't have to change it. The breath is natural. It has a natural rhythm. So we just bring our attention there and feel the breath. And in Kumye, we breathe through the nose and the mouth. That might feel quite unfamiliar in the beginning, but it's worth a try. So the jaw is relaxed, mouth slightly open, as if we're gently sucking nectar through a straw. And we feel the breath entering the body through nose and mouth. And we feel the breath leaving the body through nose and mouth. And when we inhale, inhale down into your belly, as if the breath is touching the root of your spine. And then I'll just say a couple of words about the posture, the key things, most important things about the posture. When we're sitting, or the chair or the cushion, if you're on a chair, it's good just to sit forward a little bit so that you can feel the weight of your body on your sit bones, the weight evenly distributed on both sit bones, and also your feet on the ground. So if you're in a higher chair, you might need to put a cushion or something under your feet so you can have a little bit of weight on your feet as well, just a little bit. The main thing is we're not sitting back on the chair, couch potato. We're sitting upright and alert. So we feel the ground beneath us and we sit with our spine tall. So the posture is alert yet relaxed. The traditional example, beautiful traditional example in Tibet, they say like a stack of golden coins balanced one on top of the other. That's our vertebra. And then our head balanced on top of the spine. Breathing evenly through nose and mouth. Okay. We're going to stand up, bring a bit of energy into the situation. If you need to sit for any reason, stay sitting, please do, but the rest of us can stand. You don't need much space for this, so just standing next to your chair and then rubbing your hands together, rubbing your palms together until they're warm, and then rub the back of the left hand and the back of the right hand, and then palms together again. And then hold your hands out so they're at heart height, the same height as your heart. And put your attention into your hands, any feelings in your hands. And now bring your hands up and just tap the top of your head and all around your scalp. So your hairline above your ears, around the front, the top of your head, the crown of your head. And then your forehead. Feel the contact of your hands on your forehead, massaging your forehead. And then the temples. And then the bones on the above the eye, the brow. And below the eyes. And then the jaw, from below the ear, all the way down around the mouth. Just massaging the jaw. We'll have to go back to the ears. We forgot the ears. So top of the ears, all the way around the ears to the lobes. We've done the jaw. Let's go to the throat. Massaging the throat. Again, feeling the contact with your hands on the skin of your throat. And then the back of your neck. And then just tap your body, your upper body, around the shoulders, the chest, and the belly, and the sides of your body, and then the back, from the root of your spine, all the way up as high as you can easily reach. And then brush off your arms and your legs, your thighs, upper legs, and then calves and shins. And then stand up and stand quite still. We bring our attention into the body to any feelings and sensations in the body. So I'm sure you have feelings in your body. That's life, life flowing through the body. And we just give it light attention. So we don't strangle it or limit it by giving it names and commentary and describing it or explaining it. Just with interest and kindness, we have this light attention. Let it move, let it change, let it expand. And now we go back to our chair, but bring your experience with you. Don't make a cut. We're not stopping one thing and starting another. With our attention in the body, we come back to the seated position. So we'll sit for another minute now. Each time we come back to the seated position, we just check in with the posture. So we feel the contact with the ground. Sitting upright and alert, yet relaxed. Breathing evenly through nose and mouth. Okay, so I think we're ready to do some exercises now. Just before we start, especially for the new people, just to say that the exercises, they're simple movements, but we need to move with awareness. So if you have any spine or neck issues, or you've had a recent operation, or you're pregnant, then you take extra care. But for all of us, our bodies are all different. So we know what's good for us. Our body is our truest guide. So you exercise with awareness. But just to give you an example, if I suggest something, for example, your hands coming up above your head like this, if that's not possible for you, you can only bring your arms as high as your shoulders, then that's what you do. If you move with awareness of the movement and the breath, then we're doing kumye. It's not the posture or the movement isn't the main point. So we'll do 2 sitting exercises today and 2 standing exercises. All the exercises we'll be doing are from the Kumye Tibetan Yoga book by Tarthang Tulku Rinpoche. So there's 115 exercises in here, and over the 8 sessions, we'll be able to work through quite a few of them. The first exercise we'll do is number 16 in the book. It's called Touching Feeling. So especially if we're sitting in a chair, just sit forward a little, as I said earlier. So we're not sitting with our back against the chair. Sit forward a little. You can feel the ground beneath your feet, and you can feel your weight evenly distributed on the sit bones. And before we begin any exercise, good just to also connect with the breathing. And we do that by bringing our awareness to the breath. And we're just aware when we're breathing in, we feel the breath entering the body. And when we're breathing out, we feel the breath leaving the body. So for this first exercise, touching feeling, number 16, it's just lifting our shoulders up high. So the spine is long, but the shoulders come up. And the neck and the head settle down between high shoulders. Relax your belly, relaxing the belly. Shoulders high, breathing evenly through nose and mouth. Maybe the shoulders up another millimeter. And then just release any tension as we begin to let the shoulders come down. Shoulders lowering very slowly, feeling that movement as the shoulders come back to a natural position. Touching feeling. So we touch the feelings in our body by bringing our attention into the body and merging our breath with any feelings and sensations in the body. Shoulders coming up again. So you can feel your spine long, you're sitting tall, and the shoulders coming up, and the head and neck settling down between the shoulders. Relaxing your belly, breathing evenly. We're in a sort of holding an awkward posture here, so we might be tempted to hold our breath, but we just keep the breath flowing. And this time we're going to rotate the shoulders back and down. So moving slowly, feeling the movement. As your shoulders come down, rotate them back. Feel your chest opening. And the shoulders are low. And then they continue rotating. So forward as they come up. So then you feel your back opening. Spine opening. Shoulders high, back as they go down, low, and then forward as they come up. The shoulders are high. We finish the third rotation, the shoulders are high, and then very slowly let them come down. You can't see my hands on the picture, but in the Tibetan tradition, we meditate with our hands on our thighs or on our knees, palms down. Even that is said to help calm the mind. So when we sit like this, we sit with our hands resting lightly on our thighs or our knees. Our attention is in the body. Feelings and sensations that weren't there before. What's new? Touch the feeling with your awareness and bring the breath there. Let's lift our shoulders a third time. Relax your belly. Relax the sides of your body. If you like, you can imagine puppet strings tied to your shoulders, pulling you gently skywards, breathing evenly through nose and mouth, relaxing your belly, head and neck settling down between the shoulders. And this time, as the shoulders come down, we rotate them forward and down. So the shoulders move forward as they come down. So you feel your shoulders moving in the sockets, down and then back as they come up. They're high and then forward as they come down. That's 2 rotations. Let's do a third. Feeling the movement and moving with feeling. And then after the third rotation, the shoulders come down. And then we sit in the posture. Feel the contact with the ground, alert yet relaxed. We're grounded, we feel that contact. We're also open to the sky above us. So we feel quite spacious and centered in our heart, present and spacious. Whenever you become aware that you've been distracted, your attention has drifted, you've floated away with thoughts, just come back, bring your mind back into your body, to the feelings and sensations in the body. Our mind is nourished or nurtured by feelings and sensations in the body. We don't have to go outside looking for distraction, looking for excitement. We're quite happy quite content here now. So we're going to continue with the second sitting exercise, number 17, lightening thoughts. So lightening thoughts, light as in not heavy. This is good for opening the throat center, which is important distribution hub for the energetic system of our body. So it's a very good exercise to do. I do it every day. If I only do one exercise, then I do lightening thoughts. So just let your head come forward. Let your chin move down towards your chest. So we're sitting upright. The spine is alert yet relaxed, but just the head coming forward. Chin to the chest. And feel the back of the neck opening and lengthening. Shoulders relaxing. That means the shoulders are low. And then begin lifting your head. Feeling that movement. As the head comes back up, we're in the sitting posture, looking straight ahead. And then let the chin continue up until the chin is pointing towards the ceiling and the mouth falls open slightly and the throat and the chest opening. Continue to breathe evenly through nose and mouth. And then your head begins to move, or your chin begins to move down. Your head comes forward, moving with feeling. The chin continues down. It moves towards the chest, feeling the movement. As you exhale, let go of any holding or blockage in your throat. You may find your head just relaxing under its own weight and gravity. Your head moves down another millimeter as we release and let go any holding in the throat. The head moving back up. Avoid the tendency to rush. The chin goes up. Throat and chest opening, breathing evenly through nose and mouth. Head coming down. For the final time, chin down to the chest. Head moving up. Smooth movement. We feel each part of the movement. Final time, chin high. And then bring your head down until we're back in the sitting posture. Pause for a moment. Our attention in the body. Are there any feelings, sensations that are new? We bring this light, spacious attention. Not a tight focus, but a spacious attention to any feelings and sensations in the body. Now move your left ear to your left shoulder. So the left ear moves towards the left shoulder and the right side of the neck, from the shoulder to the ear, opening and lengthening. And then the head moving slowly back up. Right ear to right shoulder. Left side of the neck opens and lengthens. Head coming back up. And to the left. Back to the center. And to the right. Back to the center. Breathing evenly. And our attention in the movement. To the left for the final time. Now put your attention into your right cheek and lift your right cheek a little, just a millimeter. And then the head coming back up to the center. Final time to the right. And with your right ear close to your right shoulder, put your attention into your left cheek and lift your left cheek just a millimeter. And then the head coming back up to the center. And again, we pause there for a moment to give any feelings, any sensations a chance to show themselves. In a usual situation, the thoughts are fast, thoughts are needy, they get all our attention. Feelings are shyer, slower. So we need to create space and time for the feelings to manifest. Not talking about emotions, yeah? Emotions are a label that we put on top of a raw feeling. We're talking about raw feeling. Feelings of movement or flow, or maybe of holding, of tension. So now we're going to rotate our head, make circles in the sky with the top of our head. So let your head come, they don't have to be big circles. Let your head come forward a little and then move towards the right shoulder and back, left shoulder and forward. And we continue rotating the head in this direction, breathing evenly through nose and mouth. And we move slowly, especially if there's areas of tension or holding, maybe a little bit uncomfortable. Might feel like there's treacle or gravel in the joints. We move slowly through. We move slowly, it gives a chance for the tension to melt. And we move evenly. That means we give equal attention to each part of the movement. And the next time your head is forward, with your chin toward your chest, just pause there for a moment. Take a few easy breaths. And then we start rotating the head in the opposite direction. So toward the left shoulder and back, right shoulder and forward. If you find your attention is drifting off a little, you can move a little bit quicker. And the slightly faster movement will hook the mind. And when your attention is in the movement, you slow the movement down, and that will slow your mind down. So the next time your head is forward, with your chin close to your chest, just pause there for a moment. And then bring your head back up until we're back in the sitting posture. And our attention is in the body. Okay, so in a moment, we're going to stand. We're going to do 2 standing exercises. Some of you will be delighted by that, a little bit restless, want to stand up, so that's good news. Others might be feeling very settled and want to continue meditating. Tough, we're standing anyway. But we bring that meditative quality to the standing position, so we're not stopping. So we come to a standing position. And this time you will need a little bit more space. Hopefully you're in a room where you can reach with your hands over your head, and also so you can reach out to your sides. And we're also going to be bending forward. So hopefully you've got enough space to do all that. If you're a little bit limited, then as I said earlier, if you're physically not able for anything, or if the space you're in doesn't work, then you just move with awareness, merging your breath with the movement, and it'll work for you. So just as we do when we're sitting, we begin, when we come to a standing position, we just feel the contact, our feet on the ground. If you like, as you exhale, move your weight mostly onto your left foot as you exhale. As you inhale, come back to both feet. Exhaling onto the right foot. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, go onto the front of your feet a little bit. Inhaling back to the center. And then just a slight adjustment as you exhale, go a little bit onto your heels. And as you inhale, come back to the center. So when we do a standing exercise, we feel the contact with the ground and our weight evenly distributed, left and right, front and back. And also we connect with the breathing. That just means we're aware. When we're breathing in, we feel the breath entering the body, we feel the breath leaving the body. Now, someone on one of the last webinars was saying that during the standing exercises, intermittently they find themselves holding their breath. and they wanted to know a way how they could ease out of this. Well, the bad news is that's not even a question. The good news is you're already doing it. If you're aware that you're holding your breath and you stop holding your breath, then you're already easing out of it. Commonly, when we're moving in everyday activity, we're either holding our breath or sighing and blowing, bloating, blowing, sighing, choppy breath, shallow breath, high in the chest. So if we have a slow, even breath, if we cultivate that in our Kumye practice, then we bring that into our everyday life. So it's not that, it's just an awareness thing. We bring our awareness to the breathing. And these two exercises is a good practice for that. So we'll try and stay aware of our breathing. It will change because we'll be bending to the left and the right and forward and back and so on. So it will change, but we keep our awareness there. We don't hold the breath. So the first exercise we'll do is number 20 from the book, Touching Body Energy. And I'll just show you first. And then your mind can switch off and you can just follow when we do it together. So just as a demonstration, and I'll do it quicker than we will be doing it. Our hands come up in front of us until they're above our head. And then we bend forward from the waist with our head between our hands. And there's an arching and reaching quality as we bend forward. And then we come down to a low position where our head and our hands are just hanging under gravity, relaxing in low position. And then we come back up. Again, our head between our hands, and there's a quality of reaching out as we come up. And then in the high position, we lift our chest and our chin. The head goes back. So we're not arching the whole body like that. It's just the chest high, chin high, and then we bring the head forward, and then we'll repeat. Okay? A couple of things to remember when we do the exercise, any standing exercise, the knees are not locked. So if you push your knees back, that's locked. So there's a slight bend in the knee. And also, particularly with touching body energy, this exercise, if you bring your navel into your spine a little, just awareness, attention. If you bring your navel into your spine, then it supports the lower back as you bend forward. If your back is weak, you can do this exercise just like this. You don't have to bend at the waist. Yeah. Okay. And the other thing is when you're bending forward, when your hands, some people are more flexible, they might be able to touch the ground. We just don't touch the ground. So you stop short of touching the ground. You might have to bend your arms a little if you're a yoga practitioner and you're very flexible. Okay. So we feel our weight evenly distributed. Connect with the breathing. Put your attention into your hands and let your hands come up in front of you. Feeling your hands moving through space until they're above your head. And then leaning forward from the waist or bending forward from the waist, reaching an arching quality as we go forward and down. Awareness of the breath, so breathing through nose and mouth. We feel any tensions in the front of our body as we become aware of them, we let them go. And then in the low position, spread your hands, your fingers as wide as you can, spread your fingers as wide as you can, and exhale fully from the belly out through your hands. And then relax your hands. And then again, coming up. Awareness on the breath. Maybe you can move on the breath, with the breath. And then the chest high and the chin high. Mouth falls open slightly. And then the head comes forward until we're looking straight ahead. And then we bend forward from the waist again. Release any tension in your belly and your chest as you go down. And maybe you're aware of the vertebrae of the spine opening from the root of the spine, the middle back, the upper back. Let your head hang down and your arms hang down. Spread your fingers wide. Exhale fully from the belly, out through your arms, out through your hands. Relax your hands, coming up. Breathing evenly through nose and mouth. Slight bend in the knees. Very slight, just not locked. Chin high. Chest up. Then the head comes forward. And then let's go forward for the final time. Bending from the waist, reaching and arching. Breathing evenly through nose and mouth. And feeling the movement. Your attention is in the movement. Don't stay on the outside. Be directly engaged with the movement we're doing. Spread your hands, spread your fingers wide. Exhale fully and nod yes as you exhale. Nod yes. Relax your hands, coming up. And then the chin high for the final time. And then bringing your head, or bringing your chin down until you're looking straight ahead. And then very slowly, letting your hands come back down. Be aware of the different feeling tones as your hands, your fingers move through space. And then relax with your hands by your sides. And this is where the action happens in Kumye. Our attention in the body, creating space and time for the feelings or sensations, which are actually the energy and flow of energy in the body, to interact, to harmonize, to balance. We can talk more about that in succeeding sessions. So I'm just assuming you're having a wonderful time and you enjoyed doing touching body energy, and you're going to be really happy that I suggest we do it again. Good. If that's not the case, then just fake it. A positive attitude it opens the experience, it makes everything better. So even if that wasn't your favorite suggestion, just go along with it. Oh yes. So we're going to do touching body energy again, 3 times, but we'll do it a little bit differently this time. We're going to coordinate it with the breathing. So I'll just explain that. As we inhale, we'll lift our hands coordinated. So the length of time it takes me to inhale, we'll do it together actually. So inhale, at the end of the inhale, our hands are high. And then we exhale. At the end of the exhale, we're in the low position. There's a natural pause. And then as we inhale, we come back up. So we're coordinating the movement with the breath. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. Hands are high. Exhaling, bending forward. End of the exhale, we're low. Natural pause. Inhaling, coming up. Natural pause. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down for the final time. And inhaling. Moving on the breath. On the inhale, we come all the way up. And then exhaling, we stand straight and just the arms coming down. Our attention is in the body with any feelings and sensations in the body. And usually in Kumye, if we exercise for say 5 minutes, then we sit afterwards for at least 5 minutes. We give it roughly equal time. So if this was a recording or we had a little bit more time, we could push pause and we could sit now for a few minutes. But what I'm going to suggest is while we're all standing, we just continue with the next exercise and we'll do our sitting after both exercises. So the next exercise is number 21 from the book, Healing Body and Mind. So we already feel well balanced. We're already connected with our breath. And we're going to try and stay with our weight equally balanced, left and right, throughout this exercise, even though we'll be leaning to the sides. Okay, I'll just maybe demonstrate it first so that, again, you don't have to be thinking too much during the exercise. You can be in the exercise, directly engaged with the movement and aware of the breathing while we're moving. So the exercise, healing body and mind, our arms come up above our head. And then we lean to one side, we'll lean to the left side. And as I lean to the left, you'll see my hips move out to the right a little, and my body weight stays evenly distributed on both feet. And this both arms are quite close to my head. It's not like a kind of droopy thing going on here. Okay. And then we come back up to the center, and then we lean out to the other side. And as we lean, this side, so in this case, my left side of my body is opening and lengthening from the hips, the ribs, and the armpit, opening and lengthening. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Healing body and mind. Healing in Kumye is bringing together, balancing, harmonizing, bringing mind and body together. So hands coming up. Again, this is Kumye. Attention in the hands, the fingers, moving through space. There's nothing ordinary about that, is there? Okay, the arms above our head, palms facing forward. And then reaching up. Let's reach up. Keep your feet flat on the ground, but reaching up. And then moving to the left. Fingers straight and fingers together, moving to the left. Feel the right side of your body opening and lengthening. Breathing evenly through nose and mouth. And coming up. And moving to the right side. The left side of the body opens and lengthens. And coming up. And to the left. Feeling the movement and moving with feeling. Then it will be graceful. And there's no transitions. It's very smooth. Coming up. Reaching up as we're coming up. Reaching up as we move to the right. Reaching up as we come back to the center. Final time to the left. Coming back to the center. Final time to the right. And coming back up to the center. And now again, bringing our hands slowly down, as if they're floating down through space. Resist the temptation to rush. Maybe your arms are feeling a little heavy or your shoulders a little achy. That's just tension melting. If we move slowly, that tension will melt. We'll feel quite different in a few minutes. Places of blockage can become places of energy. So now we can come back to our chair. And we'll just sit for a few minutes now to finish. So we feel the contact with the chair, sitting upright and alert. The breath is natural. The rhythm of the breath is natural. And our attention is in the body with any feelings and sensations that weren't there before. So our attention is in the body. And often when we begin, it's easier if we have our eyes closed. We're less easily distracted. We have our eyes closed and we bring our attention into our body. But once we feel settled, we can try opening our eyes. So our attention is still inward, but we have our eyes open. This is for many reasons. It helps us stay awake. It helps us integrate our formal practice in everyday life, but for many more reasons. You might like to try opening your eyes, and it's a soft gaze. So we're not looking at anything in particular. We're seeing everything, but nothing in particular. It's a panoramic way of seeing. We're not hunting after objects. It's just very open, spacious. If you find it a little bit distracting, then just angle your gaze downwards to the ground a few meters in front of you. But otherwise, you can have this soft gaze. Okay, well, thank you very much. That's the end of session 1 of Ways to Wellbeing. I look forward to continuing the adventure, session 2. Hopefully see you there. That's Saturday the 28th, this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. I'll send everybody an email, whether you like it or not. You can delete if you don't want. Just how to continue. So a little bit of advice of what we can do between sessions. If you have time and you'd like to continue with some Kumye in between the twice weekly sessions, then I'll send just a couple of paragraphs of how we could best do that. Some of you will already have a plan maybe, but for those of you that are newer, it might be helpful just so you can keep the thread as we move along. And don't jump up like a startled rabbit. Important advice. So that just means, I think it's a traditional Tibetan advice, but anyway, the idea is we don't just, take our seatbelt off and go tearing off now. So we bring some of this meditative quality to our everyday life. Good luck with that, and see you next time. Thank you very much.